Hello and welcome back to Spanish from Scratch. I'm Eduardo, and in this video we will be studying verbs like gustar and other verbs that have a similar conjugation in Spanish. If you're watching this video, I imagine that at least one time you have difficulties in using the verbs like to like in Spanish because they sound a little different than they do in English, for example. Sometimes you hear things like a mí me gusta, and you wonder why do we say me or a mí instead of yo when we use these verbs. And in this video I'm going to cover all that for you, okay? So in today's video we're going to learn how to say things like I like, or I'm afraid of, or I'm interested in, or it seems to me, because all these verbs in Spanish have a similar behavior and a similar conjugation. Let's go with examples. Today we're going to learn how to say things like a mí me gusta mucho el chocolate. Let's repeat. A mí me gusta mucho el chocolate. So that means I like chocolate a lot, or I really like chocolate. So we say a mí me gusta, I like. Or we can say a María le dan miedo las arañas. One more time. A María le dan miedo las arañas. So, le dan miedo. That means Maria is afraid of spiders. Or, number 3. ¿A ti te gusta el español? One more time. ¿A ti te gusta el español? So that means, do you like Spanish? Don't worry, I'll explain all this in a minute. Let's jump into the conjugation. Well, the first thing I want to explain to you is that in Spanish, some verbs behave differently than they do in English, okay? For example, when we say I like chocolate in English, we do the action, I like. Or when we say I am afraid of something, we do the action, I am afraid. Well, in Spanish, it works the other way around. When we say that we like something, the object that has the influence on us, or the object that makes us feel afraid or makes us feel that we like it, is the one that does the action in the sentence, okay? Not us. For this reason, we cannot use the normal subjects that we use, yo, tú, ella, él, because we are not doing the actions, we are receiving the actions in Spanish. So for this reason, as we can see, instead of yo, we say a mí. A mí. Because I am not doing the action of liking, we are receiving the action. Instead of tú, for you, we say a ti. Instead of él, we say a él o a ella. Instead of usted, a usted. Instead of nosotros, we say a nosotros. Instead of ellos, we say a ellos. And instead of ustedes, we say a ustedes. So this a indicates who is receiving the action, okay? So let's keep that in mind. When using these verbs, we always receive the action, we don't do it, okay? So we always need to use this a before every subject. A mí, a ti, etc. Now, if you wonder why we say a mí and a ti instead of a yo or a tú, it's because by rules, when we have a preposition like a, or desde, or por, etc., we don't use the words yo or tú. When we have a preposition, we always need to change that into mi or ti. Like when we say for me, para mí, we don't say para yo. Or when we say from me, we say de mí, not de yo. The same applies with this a. So if we have an A, we need to change it, okay? So now let's go with the verbs. Now, when we use these conjugations, when we use these verbs, we need to add a pronoun, okay? For example, for a mí, we say me. For a ti, te. For a él, a ella, or a usted, le. For nosotros, nos. For a ellos, les. And for a ustedes, les. Now, this pronoun is necessary when using these verbs, okay? So we are going to be using them all. So we say a mí me. Let's repeat that. A mí me. A ti te. One more time. A ti te. A él le. One more time. A él le. A ella le. A nosotros nos. A ellos les. Y a ustedes les. Okay? Now, let's go with the verbs. We have 3 verbs in here. Gustar, to like. One more time. Gustar. We have dar miedo. Dar miedo means to be scared of something, okay? Dar miedo. One more time. Dar miedo. And interesar. Interesar is to be interested in something, okay? Now, if we notice, all these verbs have the same conjugation. We say, a mí me gusta. I like. Let's repeat. A mí me gusta. A ti te gusta. You like. A ti te gusta. A él le gusta. He likes. One more time. A él le gusta. A ella le gusta. She likes. One more time. A ella le gusta. A nosotros nos gusta. We like. A nosotros nos gusta. A ellos les gusta. They like. A ellos les gusta. And a ustedes les gusta. You like. A ustedes les gusta. Now, the reason why these verbs don't change is because as we are not doing the action, but the object that we like is doing the action, we treat this object as a third person, like when we conjugate él or ella, okay? So, if it's a singular object, for example, let's say chocolate, I like chocolate, then the conjugation is always in singular. I would say, a mí me gusta el chocolate, or a ti te gusta el chocolate, or a nosotros nos gusta el chocolate. Then the only thing we need to change is this part when we use these verbs, because the conjugation of the verb will stay the same. Let's go with dar miedo. I say, I am scared of. A mí me da miedo. One more time. A mí me da miedo. Let's say, you are scared of. A ti te da miedo. Again, a ti te da miedo. She is scared of. A ella le da miedo. One more time. A ella le da miedo. We are scared of. A nosotros nos da miedo. One more time. A nosotros nos da miedo. They are scared of. A ellos les da miedo. And the same will happen with the verb interesar. We say, I'm interested in is a mí me interesa. One more time. A mí me interesa. You are interested in. A ti te interesa. You see how this works? A ti te interesa. Or she is interested in. A ella le interesa. One more time. A ella le interesa. Now, if the object that we like or we are interested in or we're scared of is plural, it's as simple as putting the verb in plural, okay? We just add the N at the end. And that's it. So imagine I say, I like festivals. I say, a mí me gustan los festivales. Otra vez, a mí me gustan los festivales. If I say, she's afraid of spiders, we say, a ella le dan miedo. A ella le dan miedo las arañas. One more time. A ella le dan miedo las arañas. Or we say, they are interested in languages. I say, a ellos les gustan, a ellos les interesan los idiomas. One more time. A ellos les interesan los idiomas. Very good. Now, I want to clarify something. In Spanish, every subject has a conjugation, okay? So there's a conjugation for yo, there's a conjugation for tú, for ella, nosotros. For this reason, it's very common that we can omit the subject, we can omit to mention the subject, because the subject is included in the verb. So it is acceptable to omit this. We can just omit it and we say me gusta, and that's I like. You can say it completely. You can say a mí me gusta, but it's not necessary. You can simply say me gusta el soccer, me gusta el béisbol, me gusta el español. Or we can say, when you ask someone, do you like? We can simply ask, ¿te gusta? Say, ¿te gusta Netflix? ¿Te gusta HBO? Etc, etc. So it's very simple. We just need to remember that we can omit it or we can include it. That will be up to the speaker, okay? Now, let's get some practice. Just let me move myself right here. Now, here we'll have these verbs. Let's repeat. Gustar, to like. Doler. Doler is to hurt, when something hurts. Dar miedo, to be scared of something. Interesar, interesar, to be interested in something. Or apetecer. Apetecer means to be in the mood, to feel like doing something, okay? To have the craving, that's what it means, apetecer. And let's practice with a mí, a ti, and a ella. For example, I say, I like Harry Potter, in Spanish, Harry Potter, and I say, a mí me gusta Harry Potter. Otra vez, a mí me gusta Harry Potter. Okay, so let's take a look at it. And as I told you before, you can simply omit it and say, me gusta Harry Potter. Let's go with the next one. Let's go with a ti. And I say, you have a stomach ache, or your stomach hurts. Say, a ti te duele el estómago. One more time. A ti te duele el estómago. Ahora, vamos a ver esto. And let's say that she is afraid of cockroaches. Ugh. So we say, a ella le dan miedo las cucarachas. One more time. A ella le dan miedo las cucarachas. Because she's afraid of cockroaches. Ahora, let's say you are interested in speaking Spanish. So we say, a ti te interesa hablar español. One more time. A ti te interesa hablar español. Now let's go with the next one and say, I feel like eating ice cream. They go, A mí me apetece un helado. Otra vez. A mí me apetece un helado. Sigamos. Let's say, my head hurts. A mí me duele la cabeza. Otra vez. A mí me duele la cabeza. Diremos, she likes classical music. A ella le gusta la música clásica. Otra vez. A ella le gusta la música clásica. And let's say, you feel like going to the theater, to the movie theater. We say, a ti te apetece ir al cine. One more time. A ti te apetece ir al cine. Very good. Now, why don't you try to do them yourself, okay? I'm gonna give you the cue. I give you five seconds, and then I give you the answer. For example, let's say, I am afraid of the darkness. That's what la oscuridad means, the darkness. So, a mí, dar miedo, la oscuridad. Come on. Okay, digo, a mí me da miedo la oscuridad. Let's say, you are afraid of spiders. Let's see. So we say, a ti te dan miedo las arañas. Be careful with the plural, arañas. So, te dan miedo las arañas. And let's do one with she. Let's say, she feels like a hamburger. She feels like eating a hamburger. A ella apetecer and una hamburguesa. So we say, a ella le apetece una hamburguesa. There it is. Now, let's notice and let's remember, guys, that the conjugation of the verb will depend whether if it's something singular or something plural, the thing you like, that you're scared of, you're interested in, etc. For example, when we say cockroaches and spiders, we can see it's dan. But when we talk about the darkness, is singular, we say da. Okay? Or in this case, we have Harry Potter, something singular, so we say gusta, and la música clásica, so we say gusta. The other thing you need to remember is that we always need to include this pronoun, okay? Me, when you're talking about yourself, te, when you talk about tú, or le, when you talk about he or she. Remember that we also have nos for a nosotros and les for a ellos, okay? Now let's practice in negative. Now let's repeat in negative. And let's say, I don't like classical music. I say, a mí no me gusta la música clásica. One more time. A mí no me gusta la música clásica. Let's go with she. And let's say, she's not afraid of spiders. Because a ella no le dan miedo las arañas. One more time. A ella no le dan miedo las arañas. Let's say now, you are not interested in video games. So we say, a ti no te interesan los videojuegos. One more time. A ti no te interesan los videojuegos. And now let's say, my stomach doesn't hurt. I say, a mí no me duele el estómago. One more time. A mí no me duele el estómago. Remember that making the negative sentence is as easy as putting a no after the subject. A mí no me duele. A ella no le dan miedo, etc. Okay? Now, let's see something else before finishing. Is that just as in English, we can use the verb gustar, to like, when talking about actions like I like to eat, or I like to go, or I like to see or watch. And it functions pretty similar. For example, a mí me gusta tomar café en la mañana. Let's say, a mí me gusta tomar café en la mañana. So we have a mí me gusta, I like, and tomar café. We will use the verb in simple form. I like to drink coffee. Say, a José le encanta ver películas de amor. So Joseph loves to watch romantic movies. A José le encanta. José loves to watch, ver películas de amor. And we have a question. ¿Qué te gusta hacer los domingos? What do you like to do on Sundays? One more time. ¿Qué te gusta hacer los domingos? So we can see that the three verbs, tomar, ver, and hacer, are in the infinitive form, without conjugation, okay? Now, let's do a little activity. That will be for you to complete and to put in the comment box down below, okay? So we have number 1, a ti, gustar el baloncesto, a nosotros dar miedo las tarántulas, a muchas personas interesa aprender español, tienes aspirina, un poco la cabeza y hoy una hamburguesa con papas fritas. So, based on what we learned, we can say, ¿a ti te gusta el baloncesto? A nosotros, Well, if you have the answers for this, just put in the comments down below, okay? Now, these are questions for you to think and to practice what you learned in today's class. So the first question is, ¿qué tipo de comida te gusta? What kind of food do you like? One more time, ¿qué tipo de comida te gusta? ¿Qué medicina tomas cuando te duele la cabeza? One more time, ¿qué medicina tomas cuando te duele la cabeza? What medicine do you drink when your head hurts? ¿Qué te da miedo? What are you scared of? ¿Qué te da miedo? ¿Qué temas te interesan? What are you interested in? ¿Qué temas te interesan? ¿Qué te apetece hacer hoy? What do you feel like doing today? ¿Qué te apetece hacer hoy? Very well, so whatever your questions are, please make sure to comment them and to let me know what your information is with this. That will wrap it up for today, guys. If you have any questions, please remember to give me a message or to comment, and I'll be more than happy to help you, okay? Also, if you are interested in taking private lessons with me, I will link down my profile's description or my profile's link down below so you can find me and you can then take lessons, okay? That'll be it for today, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.